Thank you for joining me. In this painting, I'm going to focusing on describing how to see the value and the color. Before we continue, please subscribe and turn on notification. I only use these two enjoyingart brushes. To have the same learning experience, purchase yours today at enjoyingart.com brushes. Most attractive part is the yellow-orange color on the rock over here. But how dark, how light is that color compared to the sky, compared to the color in the shadow, also compare with the water. I'm going to describe it in step by step. Now let's first figure it out how we're going to compose this. Okay. Alright, I'm going to just pick a little bit lighter orange color. That will be fine. And let's take a look. And even though the reference or the scene already look beautiful, and you have to give your own mind into it, how you're going to describe it a little bit better. I'm thinking about that. This is right in the middle, but I'm going to move it just a little bit higher, like that, like right over here. Just think about it, draw it, and because this is the most attractive part, so I'm going to moving in a little bit more. Okay, right about here, like that, something coming down over here, and take a look at the top and the bottom. I'm gonna have this like right here, the top right over here coming, and the bottom is right also right over here. So this is very much right in the middle, this whole section taking almost like a 1/3, right? This is good, coming over here all the way. Okay, this is good. And just think one thing at a time. Don't worry about that. Okay, if I do this, what is going to happen? What is going to happen, and what's going to happen after. So you don't have to figure it out this much, because even if you have a plan, you have to go with what the situation presented to us, right? This is very important. Now we're picking this, and then right a little bit higher over here, that's just the horizon line on the beach. That is good, right? One thing at a time. I'm gonna have this maybe just a little bit smaller. Okay, here we go, coming down and all the way coming to the edge, like that. This is good. And a little bit on the top, a little bit at the bottom, a little bit darker, like that. But the whole piece is appear to be in the shadow. Okay, this is good, like that. Now coming over here, take a look at the shadow of this. So I'm gonna have this shadow is very lovely. The shadow making the light sing is very important. Okay, and take a look at it. Coming all the way over here. Here we go, like that. Here we go. That's good. And then the shadow and the reflection, that's very, very beautiful on the sand over here. That's coming all the way. You see, try to create an idea of the wet sand on the front over here. That's very beautiful. Okay, recognize this, look at it, and then you will be able to capture it. Okay, here we go. There's a little big reflection over here. So this is the wet sand, and seeing that we can actually paint the wet sand with this a little bit light orange color right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, just paint that shape right here. Here we go. That's painted over. That's still very light. Okay, a little bit more. There's a little light coming over here. You can see the light on the sand. Okay, this is a lot lighter. Okay, this area, this is the light. So I painted the light area. That's making it try to capture those. And the other areas is in the shadow. Okay, here you go. So this area, right on the edge. You see that? That's the light. And also seeing there's a beautiful orange color right under here. So try to mark it, but think about how dark that would be, how light that would be. Squint your eye, because it's not really that dark, right? So when I have a little bit orange color over here, and we're going to keep looking for light and shadow. Okay, if it's too dark, you have to make it a little bit lighter. Okay, here we go. Now just give a little bit suggestions, so to remind yourself this is the reflection. Okay, reflection. There's an orange color in here. This is good. And that's lighter. When it's lighter, it's lighter. So you don't want to make it very dark. It's very important. Now take a look at the top over here and continue to define the shadow. Okay, here we go. Right here. And maybe just get just a little bit. Bring that orange color over here. Add a little bit blue color. Just have a little bit darker. Here we go. Now tap on it. So don't do more than you already know. Okay, just look at it. Okay, here we go. That's just simple. So I'm gonna get a little bit tiny more red over here. Okay, this is good. Now the bottom over here, let's see that shape. Very, very beautiful. Yeah, and here you go. All in a contrast. It's beautiful. It's not because of one color. It's about all the color work together. It's a teamwork in a painting. Okay, this is good. Like that. Here we go. Like this. That's a little bit texture over here. Okay, this is good. And this coming up right here. This shape. Okay, this is more very good. Very good. Like that. Yeah, look at that. That's just always, I'm gonna just give a little bit more suggestions over here. Like this is the very light. So this is the shadow area in the sun. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the different layers in the sky. Okay, and there is 3 layers, right? This is the sky, the blue sky over here. And this is the white cloud. That is the second layer. And then the gray cloud at the front over here. Make it look very interesting. So we're gonna paint this. Could be all this done in wet into wet, but this little blue sky will have to reinforce right after. And so definitely we're going to paint the sky first, all right, after the drawing. So let's also look back to the sand over here at the beach. I'm going to use just a little bit blue color to do a little bit drawing over here. Let's take a look at some area. We're going to try to keep it, but they're not all white, okay? So you don't need to worry about. And think about, are they white? It's not automatically making the light area to be white. They probably a little bit off white, right? That's over here. So you miss it. You don't need to be panicked because it could be the right value. Okay, it just need to paint the surrounding to be a little bit darker, so that make the light become more light. Okay, that's good. That's the area, and you can make that even a little bit more. Okay, that's just good, like that. All right, now we are ready. We already gone through it. We're ready to start the painting. Before we start it, and let's put before we paint in the sky, put a little bit very light, squint your eye, observe it. And I'm gonna put a little bit base color over here first. Okay, this is going to be, I can paint it all in the shadow. Okay, like this. And start adding this will be the base color. I'm gonna get a very bright orange color. Okay, here we go. So other color is gonna service this. Okay, here we go. Like that, get a little bit more yellow. That's good. Beautiful over here. That's good. Okay, and then also going to look at the reflection over here too. Okay, look at that. There's a little bit color over here. There's color over here. There's color over here. This is good. And the reflection, the shadow, and going over here a little bit, a lot more darker. So we can paint all the way to this side. So think about the reflection. Okay, reflection like that. Right, coming onto this side. That's good. All right, so that's just the as serve as suggestions for us. Okay, that's also a very light color over here because this is the light. Okay, this is good. Let's paint the sky. Here we go. And we are going to first is gonna paint the very bright. So I'm gonna clean this surface over here, and I have quite a bit of the mixed colors from the previous painting. So I'm gonna clean this, the top. Okay, clean this, the top, and here we go. Take this out. Here we go. That's good. Now I'm gonna get a little bit deeper. This, the Prussian blue. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna start right over here. Don't have to touch into the rocks. Right over here. That's the bottom. So you can paint over the mountain in the distance. That's totally okay. Okay, right here. That's good. And I'm gonna paint the top over here too. And also with the same color, okay? And the cloud at the front is a little bit more red shade blue color. So I'm gonna have this like that. That's, you don't have to have too much of water because this is a very thin layer. So like that, this is good. And now I'm gonna have the red shade of blue color. Okay, very little, like that. That's good enough. I'm gonna have the bottom over here. Have it like this. So look like the sky in the distance over here. We don't need it to be that dark. So I'm gonna start light it up. So I'm gonna just also make this a little bit lighter over there. And when it's just close to dry, we're gonna be ready to work into the cloud. So you just use the this is a little big moisture brush, just like make a little bit softer like that. That's good enough. And the bottom over here, now I'm gonna light it up a little bit more over here. Just think about value. Okay, value. Okay, and a little hill in the distance over here is actually darker than the sky. And just think about how you mix that color. It has blue in there. Okay, this is good. This is almost ready. We're gonna go into create a cloud, and let's give it a little bit tiny more color over here. But think about in the overall painting, this is not really that dark, right, compared to the shadow over here. So don't make it all the way, say, over here, but the bottom of this cloud has a little bit tiny darker, like that. And the bottom over here also have a little bit green shade blue color. Okay, have a little bit, but not very dark either. Right here, coming over here like this, and coming in a little bit over here. This is good enough. Okay, that's good. A little suggestions. Okay, that's good. Now create a foundation of the white cloud, and now we're going to come into mix the red shade blue color. Now I'm going to do the cloud at the front. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit tiny more water. Okay, here you go. It have create quite a bit of texture, and here you go, like this. step on it. This is good. The whole form of the cloud also have the interesting volume and shape, okay, and leave a little bit off over here, and seeing that is just a little bit of there, okay, a little bit, see a little bit the sky on the other side. Okay, that's good. And here you go, just step on it. That's very simple. Just follow my step. Just think step by step. This is good. Coming a little bit over here. That's the cloud. But making sure the cloud is not too strong. Okay. And even though what you see is very strong, you have to think about the clouds going to have to service the focal point that you are going to describe, which is the cliff of the hill and over here. Okay, this is good. Here we go. Now tap on it, and then think about this is the little bit shadow over here. So I'm gonna have a little bit, and the clouds are very thin, like that, and have a little bit. Just step on it. This perfect brush for this task. Okay, have a little bit going over, and this is good. A little bit more like that. This is good. And the bottom over here is all that appear to be a little bit darker. This is great. And look at over here. I'm gonna have that even a little bit more, a little bit tiny more like that. This is great. And the top over there, I'm going to lift up a little bit. Okay, just clean the brush. I'm going to lift up a little bit. And the top over here, so make it a little bit lighter. Okay, a little bit lighter, like that. And over here, a little bit lighter. Okay, that's good. You see how easy? Just all in your mind. So this guy is almost done. I'm going to just make this a little bit lighter, just a little bit. Okay, this is good. Just light up a little bit. Now you make this a little bit clear between the cloud and the sky. This is good, like that. Now we have enough suggestions over there. This is good. Now we're going to get away from the sky, and let's take a look at the very strong shadow color. Now let's painting the large shape on the sand. Now I'm going to take a look. I'm going to have this color over here. Get the yellow and the red, right, and the blue. Okay, all have this. You have to make the big decision now. You see how dark is that color would be. Squint your eye. You can see how dark that color would be. Okay, let's see. I'm going to show you when testing it. Is that color? It could be even darker. Okay, even darker. Let's do that even more. That's very important. Okay, don't just go for it. You have to think about it. Think about a little bit more. Okay, think about this would be the good color. It should be dark enough. Okay, that's good. Very important. Very important. This decision, guys. And here we go. Now I'm gonna coming over here. And going around this, here we go, the reflection over here. Look at it. Go. That's good. And this also going to be the color. This and all the way over here. Just use the corner of this. Just a few brush here coming through over here. And this is in the shadow. And also going to leave the light area. A little bit, keep it the way it is now. It's lighter. Okay, over here, have a little big shape, and seeing that that's even a little bit more coming over here, a little bit more blue because of the reflection from the sky. Okay, this is beautiful. I'm gonna have the shape like that. Okay, and just think about, I can make it even darker. So I'm gonna get more red and more blue. Okay, let's take a look at that. Even like this. Okay, you can see that it's like a brown color, but however, this need to be even darker. So maybe take a little bit more yellow from the corner over here as well. A little bit like this. Here we go. Now that's coming. It's the value. first. Okay, value come first. It's very important. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna coming onto this side. Okay, let's do a little bit quicker. Okay, and I'm gonna get just a little bit more yellow. Okay, now, but you have to maintain the value composition. Okay, this is good. Now this is very, very dark, and the dark color making it so beautiful. Now I'm gonna walk into the rock, and this is ready already. So I'm gonna actually have this color over there, and it belong to the same shadow, right? It's very important. Get a little bit more tiny red because I already have quite a bit of blue color over there. So I'm gonna make this to be together. Okay, look at that. That's good. Right, look at that shape, very important. After we have the darker color and in the composition, and then the light in the focal point, it would become very interesting. Okay, that's good, like that. And here you go, the horizon line. That's beautiful, like that. And we're going to double check on, is that actually dark enough? Okay. And then we think about, is that should be more red or more yellow or more blue? Okay. Looking at that. Okay, this is pretty good. And the value, pretty good. Think about value. And now, this is important that the top over here have a little bit more orange color. Because I'm going to just put the orange color over here, red and yellow, right? Yep, right here, showing you right over here, because that's have the strong color bouncing from the wall. This is good, like that. I'm going through this. This is good. And again, okay, this is great. That's great, but the value come first. And this is good. Now I'm going to have this even more, a little bit more, like that. Okay, it's pretty good. I'm going to have that come a little bit darker color over again, over here. And then I'm going to prepare the color coming up from there. This is great. Okay, this is good. I'm going to go to a little bit more blue color and the reflection first. I'm going to get a little bit more of the blue color. Oh, that's just interesting. But this blue color needs to be darker, right? It's in the shadow. That's it could be working with the sky. Okay, that's good. And wet into wet, making that connected. But it needs to have a little bit red color because you don't want to make it look green because there's a little bit red over here. So make a nice transition. That's good. And maybe a little bit more of this. Go ahead, wet into wet. That's good, like that. Beautiful. So this color also in the shadow coming over here. And take a look at this color. And a little bit more brown. A little bit more brown over here. That's good, like that. And here you go. Now have a little bit brown, the reflection of that color. So I'm gonna have that a little bit more yellow and blue. So think about how dark that color would be. It's similar to the color of the object at the front. Okay, this is good. Right over here. So that's good. That's the color right on top over here. And getting in a little bit more into the water, like that. That's just good. I'm going to have that a little bit wet shape. Okay, here you go. Like that. Coming all the way toward the water. That's good. Okay, now I'm going to use the just a little bit blue. Now I'm going to fill in over here just a little bit color. Okay, like that. That's good. You may be seeing that need to be lighter, but that's need to be in the shadow. Okay, here we go. That's just good. Now I'm gonna start adding the little blue-gray color. So I'm gonna take this and plus a little bit red and the yellow, right? That's good. That's good. I'm gonna put that right in here, and the top is getting dry already. But this color need to be even darker. I'm gonna take this a little bit more, that already including the yellow and the red. Now I'm gonna painting into the shape of the light water. Okay, right there. That's good, like that. And in order to have it look light, you have to paint the dark color next to it. So I'm gonna mix that color. Okay, here we go. Get a little bit red. And that would be good. That's good. That's to be dark enough. Here we go. And take a look here. That's good. Squint your eyes so you can see the comparison a little bit better. So here we go, like that. See a little bit thin light shape, and coming the front over here, and even a little bit darker, like that. Here we go. That's good. Okay. Okay, this is good. And the front over here, I'm going to leave that, have a little bit light, thin light shape for the area in the sun. Okay, this is good. And now I'm going to keep that over. See that that's just become light. Okay, there's the light shape and the value doing all the work for you. Okay, that's good. I know you're doing all the work for yourself, but and the tool that you use is the value. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to make this a little bit darker. And this is showing this the water. Okay, here we go. Right here. A little bit darker. The edge over here. A little bit darker over here too. Tap on it. That's good. Now, look at it again. Okay, get a little bit more. A little bit, some a little bit thinner. Some a little bit thicker, like that. And this is good. I'm going to have that a little bit line over here too, showing the edge of the water. That's good. All right, looks pretty good. Now I'm going to actually have a little bit more darker color for the reflection. So I'm going to pick a little bit yellow and the red color into together. And my brush already have blue color, so it's a little bit more brown. Like this is good. Now I'm going to coming over here, just give it a little bit shape like this. Just use the tip of this. Okay, this is good. Okay, have a little bit more clear, a little bit sharp. Here you go. That's good. Just get that impression. This is great. Now the front over here getting dry, and it's very nice. I'm gonna have that, and also a little bit more brown color at the front over here. Have that. Tap on it to have this a little bit dividing over here, the texture like that. Okay. And we can come back to a little bit more later. Look at that. That's just beautiful. And everything come together very nicely. Now is the good time to change to my calligraphy brush. And look at that color. We're going to keep that color over there. And before I go too far, it's very important to clean up the wet around right below this, even though you don't see it. I'm showing you that at this step is very important. Don't let the wet coming back to the wet area. So here you go. Let that dry. Now I'm going to come into working on the shadow side of the rock. Okay, say to catch the shadow side, and that even darker. So I'm going to take a look at the blue color, red color. You see, it's a very quickly we build up their contrast. It's very beautiful. And this have a little bit tiny yellow color, and that's it. And maybe a little bit tiny more blue. This is good, like that. Take a look at right here. Okay, see that is how dark that would be, right? That's just very important. And you might be asking, how can you see them? And that's simple. Take the time. Okay, you know how to see it, and if you cannot see it quicker enough, but you want to see it quicker, you need to go through some exercise called observational exercise. Okay, so start from a little bit basic exercise from the learning center. Okay, if you're not yet a member, please come to join us. Okay, we need your support. We need you to learn with us together. Okay, here we go. Coming a little bit closer over here. Now look at the bottom. Look at that. The bottom is going to be here. That's good. We're going to put the bottom right here. Like that. That's good. Okay. And look at the line. Connect it over here. Like that. This is good. Now that's the plan. So that can be a little bit lower. Okay, this is good. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to just paint it on and have a little bit more blue at the bottom over here. Actually, even darker. This is almost the darkest area, right? The darkest area in the entire painting. So I don't mind to get a little bit more blue in here. Here we go. Painting that, just one stroke. A little bit thicker, like that. This is good. And okay. And coming in here. That's good. And that's good. The bottom over here also can be darker. Like that with this shape. Oh, this is good. Now see that? This has become so beautiful here. Okay. Look at it. Okay, this can be darker, coming up a little bit, like that. That's good. That can be darker over there too. Now I'm going to have a little bit darker color right over here. See that? Okay, put it down like this. All you see is would be just shapes. Shape have value, and then think about how you mix that color, how dark, and you know how much water you will need. Okay, this is good for now. And now I'm going to have some shape a little bit lighter on the top over there. Here you go. Just get a little bit more yellow and red. Just look at it more, a little bit more yellow. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to pick this shape like that. That's just beautiful. Right over there. That's a little bit lighter. Okay, here we go. Like that. Okay, that's good. Okay, here you go. And a little bit higher over here. Now we can fill in the gap over here. Okay, think about the light shape, dark shape, right? And you don't want to just only think about the dark shape. The light shape making the dark shape interesting, and the dark shape make the light shape really dancing. That's just good. Get a little bit more red, a little bit tiny more red over here. This is good. Now we have the shape complete this. And there you go, like that. And coming down over here. Beautiful. Now let's have this connected. And the top over here can be a little bit darker. Okay, get a little bit more blue too. Okay, right here. Okay, that's good. Like that. Beautiful. A little bit more over there. Okay, this is great. And I'm going to have some dry brush. Okay, the edge, the bottom over here need to have a little bit more darker color, right? You see that all the contrast comes together. Get a little bit more orange color at the bottom over here. Get a little bit more red, a little bit more red. Okay, not too much of water. Let's look at over here. And I'm going to put that right here, right on the edge. You can connect to the bottom. That's okay. Let's see that. Okay, that's good. That's good. And over here too. And a little bit more brown color. Okay, that means have a little bit more yellow. And a little bit more, but it's just very warm. Okay, right over here. Just a little pink. That's good enough. Okay, and the edge over here. There's also have some uneven shape. Okay, this is good. Now take a look at the top over there, and I'm going to have some dry brush. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get the yellow and the red, just a little bit orange color, and here you go. I'm going to open the brush a little bit. This brush is very easy to use it in with different techniques. Okay, I'm going to have the top over here. Just have it right here. Okay, like this. So this is good. Okay, a little bit more coming over. Okay, that's good. Coming the top over here too. Oh, this is great. Okay, this is good. And I'm going to have a little bit longer texture coming over here. This is good. That's good. Look at it. Look at different angle. That's good. Like that. Change the form. Change the plane at the angle. That's good. Like that. You have a little bit more orange. That's good. We're getting the correct texture. It's beautiful. Now I want to paint that. Though the other shape a little bit later. Okay, here we go. And now we have a little bit more orange and yellow color. On the top over here can be a little bit softer. Make the color coming up a little bit more, like that. This is good. And this can be a little bit tiny darker. That's here you go. Make it a little bit darker right there. That's good. Can be. Keep it a little bit the sharpness. Now let's take a look, and we need to have a little bit more yellow. Okay, we're gonna make it a little bit brighter. See that? That has a lot more yellow. Ooh, look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, don't need to touch into too much. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit yellow over here. Yellow won't make it too dark. Okay, this is okay, but it brighten up the saturation of the color. This is good. Look at that. This is a little bit yellow over here too. Okay, this is anywhere has the light directly shine on, you can have a little bit yellow color. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit yellow, plus a little bit tiny red. This is good, right? I'm gonna have that a little bit dry brush. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, but don't make it too dark. Okay, that's good. So have a little bit more. Like that. I'm gonna have tap. Okay, make sure it's this orange color. Okay, just the red and the yellow. Okay, like that. Tap. Okay, here we go. Like that. Even though this is brown, but you can make it orange. And here you go. We're gonna give a little bit more texture at the top. Okay, well, we're gonna let it dry before we further. Okay, here you go. Okay, that's good. And now it's the time for us to put a little bit more tiny brown color. But this is still in the light shape, okay? But it's a little bit more yellow and get a little bit tiny blue, but it still appear to be light, right? Over here. Now I just have the dry brush like that, putting down over here, just to make it a little bit tiny darker. That is good. The bottom over here, that is good. Now make that the texture, look at that, very interesting, right? Now I'm gonna get just a little bit tiny orange color. Okay, just a little bit tiny orange color. Get that color in. That's good, like that. Beautiful. Now this is good, and the whole rock's there. Now I'm gonna add some interesting trees up there. We have a little bit that we paint the light shape first. Okay, that's here we go. I'm gonna paint that right on the top over here. Like that. This is the light shape. After we put the dark shape, the shadow shape, it will look more rounded. Okay, this is good. It may not be look that much orange because the sun has orange color in it. So I'm gonna have this over. This is good. Think about the value. Okay, and it's not really that dark. I'm gonna have a little bit more orange-ish. Okay, open it up a little bit. Okay, here we go. Like that. Okay, here we go. This is good. A little bit more orange, like this. Just have the color looks very thin. Okay, that's good. Okay, like that, coming over. And then a little big shape over here, coming up over here. That's a bigger shape of the tree over here, coming all the way through this side, and still seeing the sky. Okay, don't take away this guy. Okay, that's good. A little bit more like coming over here. Beautiful. Now we're going to put a little bit shadow. Okay. Okay, that's good. All right. Now we're going to have a little bit tiny darker color, but not really that dark. Just a little bit tiny darker color, and that would work. Just over here. See that? Just put a little bit over here. Okay, see that? That's just the shadow of the tree. Okay, a little bit over here. That's good. A little bit over here. That's good. Right? Observation, patience, all coming with the Chen. It looks very good. Now this shadow connected to the shadow over here. That's good. And now we use this color, make it a little bit more clear on the edge over here. And a little bit more. And now we're going to come down over here. Now see this a little shape like that. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, that's good. All right, a little bit shape. That's good. A little bit shape. That's simple. Okay, that's simple. That's plenty for you to do. If you're feeling a little bit frustrated with one area, move it to the other area and come back, and you will change your mind. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to make this just a little bit tiny clear on the edge. That's good, like that. And I'm going to have just a little bit orange color. Okay, a little bit coming down. Okay, look at the whole thing. It's that very beautiful. And I'm going to come into just a little bit tiny brown color. Now I'm going to have this come up a little bit more. Okay, here you go. That's just good. Like that. Okay, that's good. Nice texture. That's just good. All right. And getting there. That's good. Okay, a little bit. Now we're looking at the shape and the background. Now we're gonna have tiny, a little bit darker. Okay, just a little bit darker with a little bit more blue like that. Now I'm gonna paint the bottom over here. Okay, here you go. Doesn't need to be very dark. It just can be break it down a little bit more like this. That's good. And the top over here have a little bit tiny more, and this is good. Right. Now give a little bit more details that pull this shape a little bit forward a little bit. That's good. And then over here, and just give a little bit tiny texture. That's just good. Right. And we kind of finish that with a simple addition. Okay, this is good. And take a look at over here and this gap over here. Pay attention to that value contrast. This stand out a little bit too much because it's right at next to all this area. It's just very dark, and if you make that too light, it's going to make it pop up a little bit more. This is good. A little bit more red over here. This is good, and I can actually light up a little bit over here if you want that. Okay, we come back to the rock to do the last look in a bit. And we're going to take a look at the reflection over here. That's very important. And first, we're going to have the brighter orange color, but be very careful. You don't want to make that too dark. Okay, if you're dark, doesn't matter. The color is correct, but the value is just not. In that case, you can make that disappear. Okay, now when I have that a little bit orange color, now look at that color. Is that the color? Is the value correct? Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit brighter right here. Look at it again. Oh, this is good. Still good. Okay, keep it over there. And a little bit orange color right here. That's good. A little bit orange color like that. That's just in the light. Okay, this is good. And that's the reflection over here. That's on this side. That's just good. Like that. I can put a little bit orange color over here. Put a little texture, a little bit more like that. Okay, that's just good. Now take a look at in the reflection over here. That's good. Soften that a little bit tiny more. And on the edge over here also can be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to come back over here to do a little adjusting. So, okay, that's need to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to just use this flat brush. I'm going to soften a little bit on the edge over here. That's very easy. Make it a little bit lighter. Look at that. That's a lot better already. So this is already dry, kind of dry. So very easy to lift. Just use this brush. And so often some area the color is right, but the transition is not. In that case, use this brush. Very simple, like that. Okay, that's good. I'll make that a little bit lighter. Okay, here you go, like that. Okay. Okay, coming over here. Oh, the brush have a little bit blue. Okay, we can keep that texture if you want to. Okay, coming over here, and this also need to be lighter. Just use the wet brush. I'm gonna have this a little bit softer, a little bit lighter. Here you go. And I'm gonna make that a little bit lighter, softer. And seeing that, that's very simple. And now you build up the impression much better. Okay, that's good. And we can look back to here where we can paint another round and actually have a little bit more yellow at the top over here. Like that. Here you go. Yeah, that's good. Okay, ooh, look at that color. Beautiful. Now I'm going to have a little bit tiny darker. Okay, here we go. Have a little bit blue. Now have a little bit tiny darker down over here. Like that. To look at that, the reflection over there. This is good. And looking to the front over here. Now I have a little bit, okay, just a little bit tiny more yellow. This is good. Right in here. Let's get that. That's good. Like this. Okay. That's very well. Now I'm going to have this even going up a little bit higher. That's beautiful. All right. Now we're going to finish the shadow over here, the reflection over here. Now I'm going to take a look, and we already have the little red over here. I'm going to put that just a little bit darker and similar color to the top, right? Just get a little bit more yellow. Here we go. And get a little bit tiny more red. This is good. All right, let's take a look. And right in here, that's the reflection. Okay, of the rock. That's good. Like this. That's beautiful. Now look at that. Don't go too far. It's matching over there. I'm gonna have that over here too. Have a little bit darker over there. Okay, there. Here we go. Now I'm gonna have a little bit brown color, but on the other side. Okay, here we go. Like that. I'm gonna have this. Just recognize where are the shape. Where's the shape? Where's the shape? Okay, here we go. And I'm going to change the color a little bit. I'm going to have that a little bit more red and orange color. Okay, here we go. Red and orange color. That's just good. Have that. Don't really need that much water. Now I'm going to have that color connected. Ooh, look at that. And connect it a little bit over here. And also connect it over here. Oh, let's look at that reflection. Beautiful. Like that. That's just good. And I'm going to have just a little bit tiny, a little bit tiny lighter. That's, here we go. That's the reflection over here. And here you go. Keep a little edge. Okay, that's good. And coming here, this is good. And get a little bit. That's the reflection of the top over there. That's good. Like that. Okay. And also the front over here, get a little bit lighter. Like that. And beautiful. Okay, like that. Beautiful. Here we go. Now, Nice. Now let's take a look at anything else. And I think I am going to get just a little bit tiny more color on the shadow of this water. Yeah, for the thing is the front, closer to us. This is great. Like that. Yeah. Take a look at the tree at the top over here. I need to have a little bit dry brush, like that. Okay, a little bit dry brush. Have a little bit more red. Here you go, like this. I'm gonna have this, have a few vertical shape coming down over here, like that. Okay, have that appear to be more connected, like that. That's good. And I'm gonna make the shape at the top and just a little bit tiny darker. Okay, right here, a little bit tiny. Just create. That's a little bit too much loose. I'm gonna have that coming a little bit like this. Step on it. This is good. And seeing this is the whole shadow, so I'm gonna have a little bit blue. Actually, the shadow have a little bit blue color over there. That is good. Okay, take a look. Look at this whole shape over here. That's good. And that's good. That's the shadow. And the shadow connected into the rock. Okay, that's over here too. Okay, like that. They're all connected. Look at that. We can make that even darker. Now, since this already dry, we can have this a little bit more connected over. That's just beautiful. Like that. And take a look at a little big shape. Like that. That's good. Shadow shape. A little big shadow shape over here. Okay, and then we can have this a little bit more clear, and this shadow shape a little bit more clear. Okay, now I can have this a little bit more clear texture in here too. Oh, this is good. Okay. Okay, this is good. A little bit darker. Okay, like that. Wonderful. A little bit more clear right over here. Also, I can put a little bit shape into the rock over here, the bottom over here. We can still see a little bit soft detail in here, like that. And this is a bit darker. I'm gonna have that little bit texture on the top over there. This is good. Okay, now also gonna have a little bit shape coming over here. Okay, just have a little shape like that. This is good. I'm gonna have a little bit more red over here. You can see it? A little bit more red right in this area. Okay, like that. You can soften it, light up a little bit, and then squeeze this color in. That's good. Like that. That's beautiful. Look at the temperature. Look at the warmness and all those things, and making this painting look very interesting. Okay. And then the cloud. Now come back to the cloud. Yeah, the bottom over here, just have a little bit tiny. Okay, not a lot of paint, a little bit tiny. I'm gonna make this a little bit more like the shadow. Okay, here we go, coming over. Okay, like that. I'm gonna make that a little bit softer, like that. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna have a little bit. Okay, a little bit soft cloud on the edge, like that. Yes, look at that. Some just simple touch, and this is good. And at the last, where I'm going to add a little bit tiny more noises. Okay, right on the beach over here. I'm gonna have that a little bit line, like this. Here we go. A little bit line like that, like this. This is good. If you want to, you can also add a little bit toothbrush effect. This is good. If you like this painting lesson, share it in your communities. I will looking forward to see you in my next video.